my name is Carlo of RPG Manager, the Obsidian plugin to manage a role-playing game campaign. I'm creating this video to show you how I use RPG Manager, what are its functionalities and capabilities, and give you an idea of how it could save you time. So before everything else, this is a brand new vault. There is nothing in here. Before starting everything, I will always create an attachments folder and set as attachment folder in here. Then what to do is simply go in your editor, in your settings, community plugin, turn on your community plugin, and look for RPG Manager. And first of all, we install it and we enable it. When this is done, we are ready to go. So the structure that I use is always campaign first. The campaign is my main goal. So to create a new campaign, you can either create a new file and put all the information on, or simply select command and click create new campaign. I'll tell my campaign for this video. I will use information that I have from previous campaign that I've done. I will select the title, the template. You can leave blank, but I use my own template that are included in the release. And the campaign settings, agnostic is by default the most important right now. Row is my own campaign management game, and Vampire is Vampire the Masquerade, but it's just at the beginning. So I will create a campaign. As you can see, it creates automatically my front matter. And in the front matter, you see that we have some tags. The tags are very important in RPG Manager because they allow you to organize and make RPG Manager understand what a specific thing is, what a specific note is. Of course, right now everything is completely empty, but if I go in here and I edit the block, I can immediately see that the block has certain option in here. This is the campaign navigator, and in the campaign navigator we can write an ABT plot. For those who don't know what an ABT plot, I will leave a link in the video below. But just for the sake of this video, I will just copy my information. So I will say something really simple. So I have already written in another vault, and this is a brand new campaign. Consider this, and I would do all the world building through my ABT plot, and much faster. As you can see, I create links that are not already available, and these links empty notes that we're going to fill later. Okay, so this campaign is based in 1984, and it is roughly based on something similar to Stranger Things. So it's a little bit of a cult, and I specialize in running investigative campaign. So my player characters, or my player, they focus on getting information, and this is why there are certain things in the campaign that are based on events and that are based on clues and so on. So very good. I've created my first ABT plot in the campaign. As you can see, it doesn't make a lot of sense in the sense that we don't know exactly what's happening. So Jessica Shear was on an excursion on Mount Rainier, close to Olympia in Washington. with the South Puget Sound Community College of Olympia, where in a terrain depression near the Blue Lake, she discovered a long-forgotten satanic temple and an occult tome that could put her in touch with the devil. She contacted the devil and killed Alexander Stoner and Felipe Cavallo in order to seal a pact with the devil that is giving her beauty and great powers. But she realized that the devil wants her to fail to complete her side of the pact, so she will be forever bound to his will. Therefore, she is gaining more strength to perform 2 additional murdering rituals before the devil can stop her fulfilling her side of the pact and being released from his will while maintaining even greater power. You will notice that there is nothing about the player characters here. It's all about the story. My plot is about the non-player character. So in the meantime, what I will do, I have prepared a few images, a few files for my campaign, and I will copy them directly in attachment folder for ease of use, just to show you how it comes out. So let's start creating. Jessica Shear, this is a new note, but I will say this is a non-player character. So the note is already open, so fill with non-player character. Jessica Shear, the name of the template is already put there. I want to use my own, and I will create. And what it will do, I will notice it will create the tags. In this case is a character, non-player character. And we have a few things in here: synopsis, a personal goal, a pronoun. So she is a she in this case. And we have then all the remaining information, like date of birth, for example. Let's say that if it's 1984 at the moment, she's born, let's say in 1967. And the campaign will start in October. So we go here, and the current date, it's October. As you can see, RPG Manager has already created all the information that I need. All the characters in the campaign will come here. And the character is already her photographs and a sort of character record sheet with a navigator. So let's go and feel a little bit more detail about Jessica. So Jessica is the non-player characters in the campaign, okay? And her goals are power from the devil without being and that it is, you notice immediately the goal and the synopsis from Jessica has been moved on. In the world building, I've created a lot of the information, so I will go one by one. So I will create Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier is a location, so we'll fill with a location with my template. And what we can say, Mount Rainier is a location in Washington, is a mountain. So and as you can see, I'm creating the tag without having it. So let's go in Olympia. It's a new location, so fill with location, and Olympia is the capital. Press. I can remove this. And here we go. Let's go back, and you can see my notes are already created and automatically moved in subfolders to create everything more clear. So the South Puget Sound Community College, this can be either a location. Let's say it's a location because it could be also a faction. So let's create a new location, and I will use always my templates. And the synopsis is the South Puget Sound Community College is one of the two colleges in the college the first we go to. Okay. Um, at the moment, I'm not looking very much into the address. It's something nice to have, but not necessarily to be put on. We've created Olympia, Blue Lake. Okay, great. So Blue Lake is another location, and this location is a small lake close to Mount Rainier. So the is it is hard to reach, and we create something more. What I'll do, because Mount Rainier, the Blue Lake is in Mount Rainier, I'll go start using the relationships. Okay, as you can see, the a location can have sub-locations. So I will create a new location. I have to write normal text here. I cannot put link because they're not supported. But what I do, I will cheat. So I'll create first this, and then I will remove the square brackets. And as you can see, uh, contained location are automatically loaded, and in the other location, it's part of Mount Rainier. So the goal of RPG Manager is to make sure these things are really simple. Okay, let's create the devil is a non-player character. And for some of these non-player characters, I've already created some of the attachments. So this is why they will pop up automatically. And as you can see, the devil, and let's explore relationship between characters. So in this case, he has a relationship with Jessica Shear. And when I write a relationship, I write from the perspective of the current non-player character. So what does the devil think about Jessica? Jessica Shear, let's call Jessica, is a very smart girl who really wants more from life. A perfect vessel. Again, devil is linked to my character. I have a few more information here that I put through my templates because I like to write some notes and the backstory from time to time. Again, you can create an element without only with a front matter and the code blocks, but nothing else. Let's see if I have to do Alexander Stoner. So let's create this. It's a non-player character. And so is the first victim of, let's keep it very simple right now. And Felipe, fill with non-player character is of. I will go and add a few more information. So, for example, Alexander Stoner. Let's go back here. Alexander Stoner was a he date of birth 67, and he died on October 83. So in this case, why don't we do this? Let's create a new event, okay? So I go and set create new event and murder of Alexander Stoner, and it is an event. So what is an event? An event is something that happen or will happen that does not involve the player characters. So this is already happened. The event was 1984. The characters involved are Jessica Shear and Alexander Stoner. So they will be built. Where did this happen? I would say this happened in Olympia, okay? Generical, but then I will probably create a better location for this. And as you can see, I already have some of the information in here dynamically linked and loaded. And when I go here in Alexander Stoner, you will notice I can see also the events in which he is involved. Now, let's say that a synopsis is Jessica killed Stoner with a dagger. Was given by the devil in order to gain power and beauty. Okay, great. Very short synopsis. I can expand much more with the additional information and so on, but for the time being, is okay. Now you will notice that already we have a dagger, dagger of evil. And what is the dagger of evil? Let's say that is a clue. Okay, it's an object, something that the player character may or may not find in the future. So the dagger of evil is a very sharp by the devil, which allow the user to send a soul directly. The dagger also creates a demon when used. Great, so let's create the clue. This is a clue. The clue has not been found. And because at the moment Jessica has it, I will write it, okay. The In here, what I'm simply doing world building. I'm not I'm not creating adventures or anything else. So let's go and show how that works. Before doing that, what I want to create a couple of player characters. So you see the difference. A character is a player character, non-player character, well, of course, a non-player character. So let's start with a couple of names. So we have Lisa, and you see I already have the photo. They play a character of Fabi. Fabi plays my campaign with me, and she's a she. Let's see, can I put some more information in here? No, let's keep it simple for the time being, okay? So let's create something new. So a new character, create a new character. Another PC was Billy. Xander, so they play of And let's say that let's create a new one. Just for the sake of it, let's create Marcus. Okay, new character, Marcus. And again, the photo arrives automatically just because I've already put the images in. I already had them. Okay. Very good. So let's start playing with our campaign and adventures. As I mentioned, I use a lot ABT plot styles and story circle plot styles. I use in the campaign exclusively the ABT plot style. In the adventure, I use only the ABT plot style. So let's start creating an adventure. Okay, our first adventure. So let's create a new adventure. Adventure 0, the cave. Okay, so great. I will create a new adventure. As you can see, it immediately pulls the information and put in here. So in the first campaign, the play characters finds themselves. Well, let's keep it shorter. Okay, the synopsis of the campaign is introduce the player characters to the world of Olympia Chaos Rising. Let's keep it simple for now. Okay, so let's go and write something about. And as you can see, I use the ABT template to start working on my structure. Again, the plotting that I use is a linear plot, but it doesn't mean that I'm railroading my players. I just plan in advance what may happen, and I only write, for example, one session in advance to give them the possibility to change dynamically what happened in the session. So I would say that the player character start the campaign in the cave. Oops, I don't think I've created the cave. They don't know anything about what happened so far, but they know they are together, and they finally managed to find. ABT, the first sentence is a need, and then what they're going to do in the next session, but what happened when they manage to find what they want, therefore is the resolution of the campaign. Okay, and already in here, I want to create a couple of information. So I will say the cave is a location, photo location, and here we go. The cave is natural cavity, incredibly well hidden. The Puget Sound Community College. Okay, and because I'm here, what I'm going to do in here, I will create immediately the relationship to the cave, because the cave is inside the South Puget Sound Community College. Also, this, sorry, it's a little bit of a mess. In Olympia, we have the South Puget Sound Community College. As you can see, I try to create as many relationship in here because it makes it easier then to navigate when I need to go. So great, the cave. what happens next in my idea. So the player characters start the campaign in the cave, and they need to find the Grimoire of Olympia. Remember, this is an adventure. It will be split in 4 sessions. So I'll go here, and but when they find what they are looking for, they will wake up at the beginning of the school. Okay, so this is a strange start of the campaign. I drop the player characters directly in the midst of a mess, and then I'll bring them back to give them the possibility to bond one with each other. And they start lots of information about the grimoire of grimoire, which is important, okay? And the grimoire is a clue. Um, the Grimoire of Olympia um, book that is the ability to pass every single exam exam with top marks without studying. In reality, the book is a an occult book by the children of Satan that allow people to contact. Um, Characters, of course, Jessica has it. Jessica have found the green trainer. Let's go in the campaign. Where was it? In the Satanic Temple. I haven't created that one. So let's quickly create the location, the Satanic Temple. Um, Close. Here we go. The Satanic Temple, let's go here and let's put it as a location of Mount Rainier. Very good. So, found the grimoire in the. All this information I write with the idea that later on, either I'll need them and I can give them to the PC. But as you can see, I don't write lots of things yet. Okay, I keep it very very simple. My world building is about clues, information, and so on. Locations at the moment it is in um, uh, Jessica has it, so I will not put the location where it can be found. I'm okay in here, um, and that's about it. Okay, let's go back to our adventure. Okay, so the adventure, remember, every single one of these 4 elements is going to be a specific session. So for me, is about what is the verb, okay? The second is bonding, or even better, and they will start looking for a way to obtain the Olympia is might be linked to the um, appearances in Olympia. Okay, realize is a very weak word for a session. In a session, you need to do something. So they realize and they investigate to understand the cave in the grimoire. So as you can see, we start the first session in the future, then we go back and we start giving the information about the cave and so on. Therefore, the player characters will be able to explore the grounds and interact with more students. Let's say that students is a faction. Students to reach is they start in the cave, but not when they find it, when they are. And in here, I have my very basic setup. The player character starts the campaign in the cave. They don't know anything. Sorry, they want to find the grammar of Olympia. And the idea is to give immediately the player the knowledge of what this grimoire is and why they're looking for it. And then in the next session, throwing them back at the start and start giving all the breadcrumbs to lead them back to the cave. Okay. And so the idea is this session, this adventure to be circular, to start and end at the same point. Okay. Now, once I've created this, I can either go and start creating session by session, or if the ABT plot is complete, in the sense that you've written everything, you haven't left anything right, you'll have this button, create session from adventure plot. If I click it, the system will automatically create four, four different sessions, okay? And here they go. Of course, let's close them to make more space. And the session will already have the synopsis as outlined in the adventure. So the synopsis of the session will be the same. I can change the name here. I normally add a name here, the cave, and the um, and of course in here, if you look at the block, there is another ABT plot and a story circle. ABT plot and story circle are extremely similar in the sense that the ABT is simplified. There are only 4 steps, and in the story circle there are 8. That helps to go deeper. In a session, I use both because I tend to write very quickly the ABT, and then I expand it in the story circle to give me more ideas of how I will create the scenes for the campaign. Now, if I go back here in my campaign, you notice that I have my adventure and I also have my session. Both session and adventure are organized with the last session number on top. the idea is it's highly likely that you write some session that the one on the top are the last ones, and of course I have all my characters and non-player characters already in the campaign. So let's say in the session, I'll go back here. Let me see. I like to put some clarity in here. It's easier to read for me. So the dates of the session, let me go and check. We started on the 31st, and this is the date in game. IRL means in real life. Let's say it's 2022-09. Let's say that we play on the 20th of September. Okay, and this will just create certain more information where they're needed. And so, as you can see also in the adventure, I also have my sessions. So let me go and check in here. I can also go, it says that I have an invalid metadata. So certain things don't work. I think, oh yeah, the double thing here. Okay, metadata is valid. And yes, you can see that it's played on the 31st of October 84, but the game will be September 20th. It's easier for managing the storyline of your campaign. Another thing that I can do is I create a timeline for the campaign, and I can fill with timeline. Okay, and I will just create the basic template. And when you do it, it will simply show you everything that happened, every event, step by step. So on the 14th of October 83, there was the murder of Alexander Stoner, and you can see that there is the death, and then putting in the dates, everything start getting together, and it's very comfortable to go and look into it. You can, of course, turn on and off certain things, the sessions, events. There are also births. I tend to leave it out because they tend to fill a lot of space when you have a lot of non-player characters, and are not really interesting, let's say, okay? And of course, there are clues when you find them. Again, as you can see, if you let RPG Manager organize things for you, this becomes very clean. Otherwise, you can always go in RPG Manager and remove the auto-organization of nodes, so it will not move the node anyway. By the way, check your settings. You can specify what are your tags, the tags that I want to use. This will, if you change this, they will not change the existing tag, only it will read things in a different way. And because there is some possibility to add some music, if you add a YouTube API key, it will automatically grab the thumbnail of the music. So let's go back to our session, okay, in the session one. Now, when I write a session, I focus on gaining more information. So I'll start writing off the bat. So the play characters will be thrown into the action. But they but they will feel it's like they have spent the bonding. So I tend to think by writing, so this is very important to me. The play character will need need to find the book. and they will explore the cave. But when they the corpse with the other, yes, Felipe Carvalho, the rotten corpse. Let's give it the rotten corpse of Felipe Carvalho. Therefore, they will have to decide what. Highly likely, because they are looking for the Grimoire, they will go for their and they will move forward in the cave. Again, I don't know what the player characters do. I just plotting what may happen, and if it happens, that's much better. So they will move forward in the cave, and when they are almost ready to see the they will wake up at the beginning of September. Okay, they will at the beginning of September at school. So here I have everything. As you can see, I'm putting in bold certain verb, okay, because these are the real actions, the real things that will happen that trigger my ABT plot. Okay, so I've written it very quickly, but and again, I'm not copying this from anywhere. More or less, I know what I did in the past, so it's easier, but it's better. So need the player characters are in the cave. Oops. Know how they got there or why they are together, but they know they are close to finding it. Allow them to pass every exam without. Okay. Um, my player character are latest stage of education, so probably around 17, 18, I would say. They need to find. See, I keep it very light and quick in here. I don't give a lot of details because I can write much more information when I will start writing my scenes. Let's continue with my ABT. So far, I said the need, which is going to be the first part of the session. So they're in the cave. I will create a little bit of bonding between them, and they know that they need to find the book. Okay, this is the important thing. The goal is to make them feel the need of doing something. This is what is normally called the plot hook. I call it the need. So they are in a cave, or they are reaching the cave. Let's say they have found the cave, and so what do they do when they find the cave? They will start entering the cave and will journey through it. They will find strange inscriptions which looks very much like they are related to some strange satanic cult. But
at a certain point, they will discover the corpse of a teenager, which they might recognize as Felipe Carvalho. This will require some investigation to get more information. After that, they will find the main part of the cave, where they will spot on a pedestal a black book. Okay. However, before they can do more, they will wake up at the beginning of the school year, roughly a month before. Therefore, they will have to rediscover themselves and realize they have been sorted in the same house. Well, sorted, they have been given the same house to live in. Okay, and this is going to be, let's say, 110 Tuscany Lane. This is going to be the player character where they live, and this is about my ABT plot. The ABT plot is not the only things I will write for a session. The ABT plot is very generic, very quick to write. Then to do it a little bit more, I will specify, as in the story circle. You see, the need is you need the A and D part. The N part is go and search. The but is find and take, and therefore is return and change. Gonna look at both the ABT and the story circle. I will link below what I've written about them. So let me specify only one. Okay, there's going to be the player characters that found the cave. They don't know how to get there, but they are close to finding the book. So you, where are the player characters right now? The player characters are in the grounds of the Southwest Wisconsin Community College and have found the entrance to the cave. They know that there is a relationship between them already, but let's not get into it right now. So in here will be, the main thing to do is getting used to each other and understanding need. They will realize that the Grimoire of Olympia may be in the cave, therefore they will get into it and start discovering the cave. You see, it is exactly the same, just written in a longer way, so that I can have more hooks for myself when I'm going to write. When I'm going to write the scenes. And for me, a scene is something very specific that will be easier easier to manage. Okay, so let's create scene 01, episode 01, the beginning. And for me, this is a scene. We'll fill with a scene that the player to use, and it's related to session 1. Okay, again, everything is dynamically created and it's put into scenes. The things I normally like to do, it's adventure 1, and I will move all the session into adventure 1. It is more organized, and in here I would say session 1. Again, this is a personal preference to have things as clean as possible. One of the things that I wanted to do before starting writing here, in the cave, they will find they may find a couple of things, a couple of clues. Okay, so let's create something new. Writings on the cave. This is a clue, and this clue is located in the cave. In the cave, there are lots of inscriptions on the wall. The player characters might realize these are satanic symbols. Okay, and that's about it. Let's create a new one. Knowledge about the children of Satan. Okay, and this is another clue. And what I'll write it is that Ipsias might realize that the disappearance of Alexander Stoner and Philippe are linked to the satanic group called the Children of Satan. Okay, the group has been under the scrutiny of the police for some time, and they have almost all been jailed. However, the jailing happened before the disappearance of the teenagers. Okay, and again, I'm writing here to give more flavor and to understand more things about my campaign. So disappearance of Felipe, and again, I will create events in here. I will specify the dates, and I will link them together so that during running my campaign, it will be very easy for me to jump in and out from information. I don't need to write a lot. I'm not one that spends an hour writing a single event or clue. It takes me literally 5 minutes, and RPG Manager helps me doing exactly this. Okay, and so in the beginnings, let's go back and see what the session is. Okay, and the session is the player on the grounds of the blah blah. Okay, so great. The beginnings. Synopsis is the player characters find themselves in the grounds of the during the night of Halloween. Okay, great. Thinking they have found the way into the cave. Okay, in here there are a couple of things that I will do. What is the trigger start of the campaign? Action. What do I want the players to focus on, or the player character to focus on? So the beginning, there are a couple of action discussed together about the disappearances of the teenagers, the Grimoire of Olympia, and the cave. Okay. So in here, start with the campaign. In the notes, I will start writing certain information on how I envisage this. Generally, I use one or more non-player characters. So let's go and create a new non-player character that I will join with a group, at least at the beginning. Christina Leary. Okay, create. Again, I already have the images here, but as long as the image has the same name as the note, as you can see, attachment Christina Leary, same name as JPEG. It supports JPEG, PNG, JPG, and WebP. It will put it there. And I will do something else. I will create a new faction. A faction is a group of characters, and I will call it the party. Okay. And when the party is created, I will put in the party I will put all the player characters. I will say they are part of the party. Okay, great, fantastic. And in factions, if I go in a party, I will see who they are. I use the main non-player character to make sure to be the helper of the group. So this is Christina is the main non-player character and a help for the player characters. Okay, and this is not the synopsis. Be very careful. Synopsis is generic for a user or for a non-player character. Sorry, what you write in factions is what will come out in the links. Okay, so I will use this non-player character to give direction, to help with investigation, and to give out clues, especially in the beginning. Okay, so let's go back in the beginning, and in my notes I will write use Christina to give more information about the Grimoire of Olympia and the cave. Okay, and of course, as you can see, I start putting notes in here, and they will automatically be read. It doesn't work right now with the information inside the code block, not yet. I'm planning to work in a future release. So let me see, what are the characters involved for certain? There is Christina. Oops, sorry. There's Christina. There is my player character, which are Lisa. Forgot the names. Billy. And there is Marcus. The campaign that I've played had 3 more player characters with target in 6, but it's easier doing it like this. Location, it's going to be the South Puget Sound Community College, the grounds, and the cave. And also clues, I will put here the Grimoire of Olympia. Not because the Grimoire is there, but give relevant information about the grimoire to the player. Okay, and that's about it. I will have my characters, my clues, my locations. One of the things of the new release is the possibility to put some music into it. So let's say Annie's music, and this is a music. Film music. Annie's music. This is simply a URL. Okay, Annie's sounds to give the player characters the idea that something is not exactly right. And here I can use the URL. At the moment, I support some information for you2, but you just put the URL, the link in here, and the music will just, it's a simple way of knowing which kind of music to play in any specific session or scene. And I will just put it here. And why do I put it here? Because when I run my session, okay, I will know that the data is correct. Why the music doesn't work. Music 1, RPG, probably because there's no. Okay, I'm not sure if this is a bug at the moment. Annie's music. It should be here. I will double check this in version 1.2.3. But as you can see, this is something that I can run in 10 minutes. And in here, I will use the notes to keep track of what I want. They scene goal, the trigger, and the action are something I need to read in literally 2 seconds when I move from one scene to another. Okay, I can create and add a new scene, and it will be the scene number 2. As you can see, we have a complex set of IDs that defines the campaign, the adventure, the session, and in here, the scene ID to get all the information. Again, wherever we go inside the session, I have all my list of scenes. I keep track also of at what time I start a specific scene and end, so that it's easier for me then to go and see what scenes I have spent more time on. I'm not a very combat-based GM, but it's a good way of learning your players and knowing in future sessions how long they will take to do any specific thing. As you can see, this is the way I work, and this is the information that I grab. For me, the most important thing is that whenever I am in a scene or in a campaign or wherever, for me it's very easy to have all the information available immediately. Okay, what are my clues? What are the location in which they're in? And this is, for me, a very important way for running a scene. Okay, so for example, in the U discuss. No, the goal is give the play characters the information about the Grimoire of Olympia, and the trigger will be like Christina. Let's put it a. Let's go here and say that. Hope this is an alias. Christina. Okay, so Christina will introduce the Grimoire of Olympia, asking the play card if they are sure. Action, discuss, even metagame a bit about the Grimoire Olympia. The play characters, well, the players must understand what their characters are looking for and why it is so very important for them to find the book. Okay, so they are all studying. Imagine passing all your exams without studying. And again, there is a very quick recap. Again, characters, I will copy the same characters as before. Oops, sorry. The next character is before. Hop. And the clue that we'll discuss is the grimoire. Again, in doing this, I have all my information immediately available. And this is the way I set up my campaigns. Hopefully you like what I've done for you. Give me a shout if you have any question, and enjoy. Good writing.